So, I don't know about you, but I sure do love retro games. You know what I don't like? Half of the retro game community. Why? Because half of them are price gouging douchebags. For those of you familiar with the CU podcast, hosted by Ian Ferguson and Pat Contry, the Scumbag Sell of the Week should probably be nothing new to you. It's a really fascinating part of the show that highlights overall douchebaggery in the retro video game community. Now, I know to a lot of people, they would think, why? Why even bother or even care about somebody price gouging games? It's so common to find. Because this is local. This isn't some scumbag on eBay. This is some scumbag in my own backyard. And yeah, it's been a thing for a while, but this is really starting to get under my skin. That's something that I've been a part of since 2008 with retro collecting. Has just been turned into some douchebag trying to make a quick buck, which is really common, like I've said, but this just really is not sitting well with me, and I need to talk about it. It's astronomical ass that this guy thinks that we're gonna pay high price to indulge in some nostalgia. Like, look at this. Look, you can't even play 4-player GoldenEye. That's the whole reason people buy an N64 and GoldenEye was to play with 4 other people. This guy has 2 controllers for $250. So there goes being able to afford even 2 more controllers. But if this is too much for you, you can buy Mario Kart and 1 controller with an N64 for $140. Yeah, that's quite a price drop. And if you look closely at the picture, it's the same N64 that's listed in the $250 picture. I mean, are you serious? What is this, a stock photo? You think you can just slap any Nintendo 64 in this bundle deal here? I mean, you're showing the same system and expecting a different price. What's your real system look like? What's the one I'm gonna get look like? We don't know. Why? Because you're being a scumbag seller and probably gonna show up with some beat to shit N64 when we come to pick it up. So you know what? You're a scumbag. But enough about the N64. Gaming on the go more your jam? Don't worry, the guy only has a Game Boy SP and a couple of games that aren't even included in the listing, but they're in the picture for $120. Ignore the faceplate, ignore all the scratches on the faceplate. Look at the description. The games aren't included and no charger. No charger for $120. $120. Great. And look at the labels. Even if the games are included, look at those Pokemon labels. They're destroyed, and the other games are dirt commons that are less than a couple dollars. I mean, yeah, Pokemon's great, but how do I even know if the batteries work? For those of you who don't know, the Pokemon games have a save battery that if they're broken, they're hard to fix if you don't know what you're doing, and you can't save your game. So, is it even in the description of whether or not these work? Who knows? Why? Because he doesn't care. But you know what? Let's say you don't even need all these games. He's got a red SP with Pokemon Red for $100. Yeah, that label looks clean. Probably bootleg, because Pokemon games are really common to bootleg. But look at that. Look at that SP. It's red with Pokemon Red. You remember Pokemon, right? Yeah. Pokemon nostalgia, right? Yeah, look at those scratches. No charger included. Why isn't it on in the picture? Why isn't it on in either of these pictures? There's no proof that this even works. It just says tested in the description. So, yeah, I mean, let's say you pull up and you say, hey, can I make sure it works? That doesn't always work with retro consoles. These are 10, 20-year-old pieces of hardware, and you're not guaranteed that as soon as you get home, it doesn't have some malfunction or something wrong with it. These things are kind of expensive to fix. And no charger? Yeah, great. Now I have to go spend another $10 at a reseller, $5 to $10 for an SP charger, unless you have one laying around in one of those drawers, that everyone has with like scissors and old letters and shit in them. Yeah, there might be an SP charger in there if you're lucky, but regardless, this is highway robbery. This guy is a freaking scumbag. So go ahead and comment. Tell me about some shitty experience you've had with some garbage reseller or some bad marketplace experience, because they seem to be on the rage nowadays. And I'd like to hear it. It's unfortunate it happens, but we can all kind of look back and laugh or grieve together, because I know retro games are not the only hobby being hit like this. I collect toys, I collect movies, and I've seen it in both categories. The same thing with vinyl, same thing with Hot Wheel collecting. Just scalping and douchebag resellers are so common, and it's just so hard to enjoy a hobby in this disgusting world we live in, when people just are so focused on greed and not genuinely enjoying the hobby. Thanks for listening to me rant. If you don't follow me on Twitch, you can follow me at Goblinblood. And if you liked this video, drop a sub and a like. It would really help me out. I'm trying to get my name here on YouTube, and I'm probably going to start recording more podcasts here. So if you like me, share, like, do all that good stuff. I would definitely appreciate it. Take care.